Hello, welcome to the 15 podcast. It's me, Riley, and as always, Togs,
Hello.
and we have Mateo here.
What's
He's
up?
he's a pretty highly anticipated guest, considering I poach most of our viewers from a group chat in which he's quite famous from.
I've somehow put this podcast off for about 5 months, but I'm here now.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Well, he's been someone I've wanted to have on for a long time.
Oh, but has he been in the Discord?
No, he hasn't been in the Discord.
Oh, okay.
No, I have not been in the Discord. But when Riley started this, he wanted me to be one of the first people, but I somehow just wasn't.
Weaseled your way out of it.
Yeah.
And now with the virus, and you're just like, there's nothing else going on. I might as well give it to him.
Yeah, I got nothing better to do. Wait, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that.
No, it's fine. Even if you did mean it like that, I wouldn't take offense.
But no, I've been when you first started this, I was in Europe, so it was kind of harder to do
Really?
with the change. Yeah.
I don't know, man. We started this in like February.
No, like the actual podcast?
Oh, okay. There was a pilot episode, but other than that,
Yeah, there's a
started-
pilot. The talk about this started when I was in Europe about
Sure. Okay.
like maybe November, December time.
That's true. Well, the first episode was filmed in December, and it was just totally on a whim. There was no planning to it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So-
But there's been talks about it for a little bit.
That's
so I
true. Yeah,
remember that.
that's true. You're not wrong. So yeah, you just mentioned you've been in Europe.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start from the beginning. You know
Well-
what? I'll go through my whole life right now.
All right, go for
All right,
it. The whole thing.
going up to Europe. So, you know, I graduated high school like every teen does, and I go off to college.
Sure.
College was a good time. I had some fun. You know, met a couple people. You know, met a girl.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, all right, disclaimer, if anybody decides from the PBO is like, hey, on a whim, clicks on this or listens to this, I've had a girlfriend before. Sorry to disappoint you if you've listened to the new podcast, but outside episode where they say I don't have a girlfriend. I've had one. But anyways,
that's a hot tea that has been spilt.
yeah,
That's sort of
you
your
know
whole
what?
persona.
Yeah. Well, I told them from the beginning I do have a girlfriend, but they just said,
You do? Like you have one currently?
no, I don't have one currently. But I had one. I've had 3 before, but I don't know if they forgot or they just want to exaggerate it and said I don't have a girlfriend
Yeah,
to make me look even more desperate.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. They're just trying
Yeah,
to build
but-
you up.
Yeah. So, you know, I this whole thing, I meet a girl, blah blah blah. This persona, I guess you could say, of mine of being a desperate single started in college. I go off, you know, I start dating this girl for a little bit, and I go back home for my birthday weekend.
Right.
And as you know, just wanted to go see family, and you know, a bunch of friends are coming back in town, celebrate whatever. I'm out drinking because I'm under 21 with my friends, and I
Drinking water.
drinking water. And I get a text from my girlfriend's roommate. Hey, I think I just saw your girlfriend leave with someone.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, that was awful. It was my birthday night. So
Oh my god.
let me tell you how that goes. So I get that text and I call her, and she doesn't answer. I'm like, awesome. So throughout the night, I just get pissed drunk, hating my life, and then finally she calls me. It's like 2 a.m. I'm still drunk, partying or whatever, and she's in tears. Blah 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 blah. Like, I'm sorry. Da da da. I'm like, all right, this
Man.
fucking sucks.
What?
So
What?
Yeah, that was.
How long were you dating this person? Out of curiosity.
I
Wait,
think.
wait. I think my internet cut out. I got up to like. Wait, you got a text from your girlfriend's a roommate.
Oh, you
Yeah.
missed the tea, man. Would you?
He missed. Yeah, so I got a text from my girlfriend's roommate. She left with another guy from a party they were at.
She
I
left
think,
with another guy.
yeah, at a party.
Okay.
Yeah.
On
So
on Mateo's birthday. I think
yeah,
that's
this was
like. Oh,
on my birthday night, and I wasn't there. I was in my hometown, about 5 hours away.
Is it explicitly sexual or romantic?
leaving with this
Yeah.
other guy, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can
No.
leave with a person and not
Oh,
have it
that's
be a
true.
thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But when she called me crying, she told me what she did.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, life fucking sucks. Uh, obviously things ended. Blah blah blah. Hung up. Partied till I, partied a little too much. Woke up the next morning and went back to school the next day. Really hungover. Drove back to school. Fucking 5 hour drive. That was awful. But
From all that water.
yeah.
So that's like that's your origin story of your single persona then.
Yeah, this is what kind of started it. So I get to school and, I'm not doing much. I just go to class, hang out with friends, study. And I start having conversations with friends about just, being dumb, like, I hate being single, blah, blah, blah. And then I just start tweeting because I don't use it that much.
Yeah.
So I just started tweeting, and there's a bunch of accounts on Twitter now where it's just like people complaining about being single.
Yeah.
So I started this whole persona, just tweeting random things that came to my mind, and it was like every day I was just tweeting something. Obviously, I don't tweet as much as I used to before,
Yeah.
but I didn't really care about like what other people thought when they saw it. I just thought it was funny to me, and Twitter was fairly new to most of the people that followed me from high school. They were still tweeting things like spilled my coffee today, #bad day. So they weren't used to like they weren't used to seeing, the meme shit I was posting.
Flaming dumpster fire.
Yeah, just like stuff coming off my mind, for no reason.
Yeah.
So I go to school with a couple of my friends from high school. And they're getting texts from people that I went to high school, other people that I went to high school with, asking if I'm mentally okay or like, am I on the verge of like jumping off a cliff or something? And it's funny to me, but when I think about it, I'm like, damn, that's kind of sad that they like. I'm worried I'm gonna show up to like my high school reunion and people are gonna start recommending therapists to me, or I don't know. But yeah, so that started, and it kind of just took over. I mean, I think most people started getting the joke. Friends from high school started getting the joke that, like, blah blah blah, like he's so single, like he's so desperate, and I think it's becoming a little too real for me at this point. Like even,
Yeah.
like not that I'm really desperate, but a lot of people are doing the joke without me there. Like I'm hearing a lot of things about. Like, oh yeah, he's so desperately single, like just please help this man out. I'm like, okay, that's a little too much. Or when I talk about, hey, I'm fine being single, everyone goes like, all right, Mateo, we know you're lying, we know you're joking.
I mean, I'm a level with you. So far, I was surprised the first time you said this persona of being single, because currently what I know about you is your Discord like custom message is looking for a girlfriend.
Yeah. I mean, like I play into it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's funny, but I'm not rushing into things. Like I won't catch feelings fast for sure. But no, I like playing into it, and if I do find a girlfriend, good for me. But like I'm not desperately looking. But yeah, so after all that happened, I started tweeting, and I felt like in college my life was on a cycle. I was just going to work, or I was going to school, studying, and then working out. And I just or not even working out. I just felt like I was getting deeper and deeper in this hole after after my girl cheated on me and blah blah blah.
Right.
So I was just looking for something to change it up. And I don't know, I'm walking through the university center one day and there's a study abroad table there. I'm like, huh, I guess I'll look into that.
How long was the gap between the incident and the finding this table?
Probably like a month, 2 months.
Okay.
It was towards Thanksgiving.
So you were wrapping up your mourning period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was ready to, I was ready to get out.
Yeah.
And seeing the study abroad table was like, this is my way out for the time being. This is a restart.
Sure.
So, I decided to follow up on it. I did what I could. I paid, blah blah blah. Like, I signed up for everything. I sent scholarships. I ended up getting it, and it was I guess a new life for me. Like, I was down deep. Like, this shit kind of wrecked me.
Yeah.
But when I got accepted and all that, I started going to the gym. I was in a bad place for a long time, and because of sports I played in high school, I gained a good amount of weight. So I don't know how to convert it to the other one, but for the American listeners, I was pushing like 250, which is pretty heavy.
I think that's around like 130 or so.
Yeah.
120.
Which is pretty heavy, and
115.
this whole thing was like, this study abroad thing was like, you know what? I'm gonna show up to Europe. I'm gonna be hot as fuck. I'm gonna, hook up with these girls, blah blah blah. So I lost, of course, being the healthy way, just working out and eating right. I lost 50 pounds in 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a pretty big deal for me. I was happy. I was finally happy for a little bit, and so because of that, I went through my second semester, and the whole summer I saved up and I worked. Then I went to Europe, and then this is I think this is around the time that a group chat that me and Riley are in started.
That started at the end of October, the start of November.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Was that
I'm
really
trying to
when
think.
you? I thought you would have been in Europe longer than that, because you were definitely in Europe when we started.
I was in Europe. I left to Europe in September, so I think it's around the same time.
Yeah. Okay. You left Europe in September?
Oh, I left to Europe in
Oh,
September.
yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. So you would have been there about a month or two.
Yeah. So, which it was nice to have, because I was the only American in that whole town.
Right.
Yeah. So there was 4 North Americans in this town, and I was in Jyväskylä, Finland. It's basically a college town.
Right.
It's I think it was population about 40,000, or not, yeah, 40,000. About 20,000 of them were students. So that tells you how much the city was run by students.
Right.
And I think there was it's a big school, and a lot of exchange students go there. So it was like over 500 exchange students from all over the world.
Right.
But I was the only American. I was one out of the 4 North Americans. So there was 3 Canadians there. So they were the only like native English speakers other than me. But I didn't talk to any of them except for one.
Right.
But I was able to meet a lot of cool people. I like this. I hate talking to new people if I don't have to. So this was very new to me, trying to make friends very early on, because I don't want to be the odd man out. I don't want to have not any friends. Yeah, so I just had to approach people. I had to be like, yo, what's going on? I'm Mateo, blah blah blah. So I became more comfortable with that because of this. I mean, it was totally putting myself out in a discomfort zone, and I think it was good for me.
Right.
And I met tons of cool people from all over the world. I got friends in Germany, France, Spain,
all
Netherlands.
all over the world, meaning Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got one in South Africa actually.
Oh, okay.
Riley, who are you, huh?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was like, I guess just Europe if you want to put yourself there.
No,
But
I'm just.
all right,
I guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
it's whatever. It's whatever. It's where you. It's where you put yourself. I didn't put you there. But yeah, it was a very cool experience. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I didn't do much studying there.
It was more
The
like
schoolwork.
a party, just constantly,
It,
right?
it was a constant party. I tell my friends, I wish I wasn't drunk more than half the time, so I could have a lot more memories because I don't remember a lot.
Yeah.
And like when I look back in my photos, I obviously have like photos and videos, but God, half of them were just like me at parties or in the club or something. I'm like, God, what am I doing? I should have done more. But no, I think I would.
I mean, you're living your young adult life, and that's I think that's a completely reasonable thing to do abroad. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean it's crazy to me being from America where you have to wait until you're 21
Oh
to
yeah,
drink,
that's insane to me.
Yeah.
and then here I was just walking into bars or restaurants and buying a beer like it was nothing, like it was just another day. So I got a little out of hand, but I'm fine now. I'm not an alcoholic just yet.
Just yet, give it time. Yeah. So, what other major events happened in Europe, if any, like non-party, non-study based events?
God, that's hard. Just kidding.
I mean, I remember one. I remember one of them, but
which one?
I
was
remember
that?
you went to an Abba Museum.
Oh yes, that was towards the end of my trip. So the end of my trip, I was good friends with a girl from Denmark, and I flew. So when I was supposed to fly back after New Year's, but I decided to change my mind last minute. My friends convinced me. I'm like, yeah, no, I was supposed to, stay with you guys in Finland until New Year's. And they're like, no, like go see your family on Christmas. So
I remember that. Yes.
yeah.
You flew home.
So last minute, I bought plane tickets to ride back home on Christmas to surprise my family. But before this, I was able to time it up with another girl that was going home for Christmas, and we did a nice little trip because she lives in Copenhagen, Denmark. So we did a nice little trip where we went through a couple cities in Finland, and then we took a mini cruise type thing. It was like it's like a day on a cruise ship, and we went from Finland to Sweden. So we were in Sweden for I think 3 nights. So we went all around Stockholm, and they have this whole like center for museums, and all these museums are like right next to each other. So when we were visiting, we were just hopping from museum to museum. And growing up, my dad was a big fan of Abba, so I listened to it a lot.
I mean, it's good music.
I still listen to Abba.
Yes, I do on the daily.
Yeah, so do I. But when I told my dad this, I didn't know who was more excited, me or my dad, and he wasn't even going to be going. But yeah, it was a cool experience. I mean, I have tons of pictures and video, or I have a couple of videos and pictures from there. But you walk through, you see all their history and stuff, but they have all this interactive stuff too. And I remember this one thing. I was too nervous to do it in front of this girl because I didn't want to embarrass myself. But they had these projectors or holograms of the ABBA crew, and you could sing. I think it was Mamma Mia or another song. And you could go on the stage in front of all these, like in front of people that were walking by and sing with the hologram crew. she's like, "Go do it. I know you want to do it." And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that." Even
Yeah,
though I really wanted to, but it was
that's
so nerve-wracking.
that's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, because you got all these strangers too that are going through the museum because it goes straight through it. Yeah, exactly.
But like the museum was offering it to you. It wasn't just like a random microphone, right? It was like an
No,
actual
no,
like
yeah, it was like an actual thing, like a
okay,
part of the museum.
sure. I mean,
But
public karaoke is a bit intimidating of an activity when you think about it.
yeah,
It really is.
when you're sober, yeah, it's it's intimidating. But maybe if I had a couple drinks in me, I probably would have done it. But yeah, I just couldn't imagine doing it. But
If you had the chance, would you have gone back to do it? Like if you,
honestly, now that I think about it, I think I would do it.
yeah,
It's just like one of those things that, man, maybe I should have. That would have
it
a
would,
funny memory.
yeah, it would have been a good story. Oh well, can't change the past. Here we are.
Yeah, I'll just have to go back to Sweden and do it again.
Oh yeah, I imagine you're gonna go back because you sound like you fucking loved it.
Oh yes, I loved Europe. I hate talking about it, but yeah, I loved it. I love Sweden in
Do you
particular.
guys hear that? I'm so sorry. Do you hear that?
No.
There's a fucking. The neighbors have like a gardener over, and his lawnmower is so loud.
Yeah. Now that you say it, I can hear it.
Fuck me, I hate this man.
It's only when you're talking, though.
Okay, I'll try to be quiet. Togs, you take over for the most part.
Oh God.
Oh, until this man is gone. Obviously, I'll still chime in, but like, come on, this guy.
It's not that bad. I can't hear it though.
Really? Okay. Maybe I'm just.
Is it just like a tiny little?
Yeah.
No, it's like
Yeah.
right outside my window. Like.
Yeah, I'm telling you what we hear. So how about yeah. How about you stop giving me the tood, Riley?
Hey man, the toot is all I know. But yeah, so yeah, Mateo and I we've known each other for about. Honestly, I think I've known Mateo longer than I've known you, Togs.
Yep, probably.
Yeah, but only by like a week or two. Honestly, like it was like just on the cusp. Yeah.
Oh,
It's pretty close.
I figured it would have been a while.
Oh well, like I said, I've only been talking to Mateo like barely a year, and I've only known you barely a year. So.
Which is a really strange thing to like put into like a point of reference, because like what classifies as barely a year, because this year doesn't count for anything at all.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm tired of this fucking year. I'm ready to go to the next one.
Oh yeah, do you have any epic quarantine stories?
Any epic quarantine stories? I like to lay in bed and stare at the ceiling. I really don't do anything, man. It's been hard. Like I come home, I didn't even work. I would just, I finished out school at home. And I just never left my house. I would often just, go downstairs and play Guitar Hero or watch movies all day.
I mean,
Yeah.
fair, right? What else are you gonna do?
Exactly.
You can't, especially in America, you can't do anything else.
You can't do anything.
Oh yeah, how fucked is Colorado? Is that like super bad compared to the other parts of the country?
Dox him.
No, it's fine. I don't care. No, it hasn't been that bad compared to other places around America. My college town in particular, it's only in that county. I think it's only been like 400 cases, which is pretty small for the number they have out there. But I haven't had any problems with it. I think. Well, my dad got it a while ago.
Oh, is he all Gucci?
Yeah, he didn't. He tested positive, but he never had any symptoms or anything.
Oh well, that's like the scary kind. Not that it's not all scary, but yeah.
Yeah, so it was really weird. And then when it first hit America and they didn't know what was going on, when they all thought it was flu season, they think. My mom thinks she and my sister got it because they were in California where it got really bad. But this was before like coronavirus is even a thing, they're like, "Oh, flu season's starting early. Like, make sure to be careful." And then they were, going through the symptoms of corona, and she's like, "I had every single one of those. Like,
Right.
Wait,
I think we had it."
that's so wacky.
Because after, when my father got tested for coronavirus, they did the antibody test too, and we all tested negative, and we all already had except for my dad, obviously, but we all had the antibodies too.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of people think they've, I have a family on the coast, I have friends on the coast, and they all think they had it before this was even a thing, and they just didn't realize it was corona until, all this stuff started coming out.
Honestly, I do kind of buy into the theory that it had been in circulation for a few months before people really made a big deal out of it,
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I have a friend in Seattle where it basically pretty much started. And I remember I have, messages from him from way back saying, "Dude, I've been like bedridden for a couple of days, man. I feel so sick." And I'm like, "That's crazy, man. I'm doing fine." And then,
that hurts. Oh.
yeah. And then you realize what he actually had, and you're like, "Oh shit."
But all
But,
is good. All is
Yeah. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to, my friends and family have all been fine, and they all recovered, and I haven't, had any problems with it.
Mm.
Cool. I mean, I guess it's affected your dating life.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I can't even. I hate texting. I hate texting people.
See,
And
I love
Oh.
texting.
So like this Tinder and Bumble stuff, blah blah blah, it fucking sucks. Like I can't even use it because it's awful.
Oh.
I'm not good at texting
Yeah.
at all. I'd rather go out and hang out or go on a date or something. So
Well, I mean,
this
Wait, how are you gonna perpetrate the idea that you're this girlfriend desperate persona and you don't even have Tinder?
no, he has Tinder. He just doesn't like it.
I just don't use it anymore.
That's so crazy to me because that's like number like someone isn't even like a boyfriend girlfriend crazed or whatever and they have Tinder and I'm like, oh, this shit again. I know exactly who you are.
No, I used it for a little bit, but I got tired of it again. I just
Yeah.
it's good for a little serotonin when you get those matches, but after that you just get tired of it. Like, why do I even have this app? I don't care.
Well, I was going to mention, because I feel like it's worthwhile to touch on, you've seeked out third parties to find dates.
Oh yeah. So
Wingman?
Well, yeah, Togs is not a part of the PBO fandom at all. He has never seen an episode.
Nope.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I heard that from
Peanut butter
the
Oreo, as far as I'm
podcast.
concerned.
what did you just say? Peanut butter Oreos?
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying, Mateo? Cut you off.
No, it's fine. Yeah. So I somehow got the guys from Podcast But Outside to listen to me to do this Bachelor type episode. So they set up, 13 blind dates for me on Zoom.
It's
To
it's a great watch, Togs. I've already watched it twice, and it came out like 36 hours ago.
Okay.
I think it's pretty funny. I was very nervous at first, but I start getting more comfortable throughout it. But at the same time, like, hopefully, no one important listens to this and rats me out. But it was like I wanted to make it awkward as like if you listen to some of the questions I asked these girls.
Oh yeah,
like,
it was pretty obvious. Yeah.
To not think that it was a joke or not like a joke, like
It's like
I'm not. I was just saying stupid shit. Like I asked, some girl said, "Oh, she's not," or I don't remember. Like she's like, "I'm not vegan." I'm like, "Okay, good, because I eat meat with every meal and just meat."
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
like,
it was pretty obvious you were shit posting for a good portion of it.
She's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah. What's your favorite meat?" She just stared at me, and I'm like, "Well, yeah, but I was going through the comments this morning, and there's like it's split 50-50. There's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, this is hilarious," or there's other people that are like, "I can't even watch this fucking episode." I'm like, all right.
Epic cringe.
I genuinely think it's like top 5, top 10 episodes of all time of that show, and that's including the Patreon cuts. I think that's an outstanding episode.
The Patreon cuts. Oh man, those were the ones that were cut were hard to watch. I felt bad for people who had to watch.
Oh yeah, they were definitely not as good as the ones included in the episode, but
yeah,
it was still good shit. I think. I think they did a good job editing. I think you did a good job talking to so many women.
Yeah, 5 minutes to talk to someone I've never. It was a blind date. Like I don't know anything about him. The only thing I got was Andrew like speed talking through their introduction. I'd be like, okay, I don't remember what you said, but yeah, I was just trying to make it as awkward as I could be. But those Patreon cuts today, I didn't even have to try to make them awkward. They were already just like bad.
They just were.
But yeah, so I have. They made me pick 4 girls out of the 14, 13, 14, whatever.
I thought you picked 3. Okay, that's interesting that it's 4.
They said 3, and then I'm like, I'm having a hard time on the third one. He's like, I'll just pick 4 then. I'm like, all right. But so I'll probably take these a little more seriously because
I understand. It's like these ones actually have potential to become something. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, it was the craze with my friend group when this came
How did they
out.
source the women?
I'll send you their Twitter post right now.
Yeah, so they put it on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
So me and the host talked for an hour, blah blah blah, just to get to know who I am, but not really. They just made fun of me for like an hour. And then it was a lot of people found it harsh. Or one of Megan, who was on this show,
yes,
she found it harsh because she was there. But whatever, it's not a big deal to me. So then they take that screenshot that that Riley just put on, and they put it on Twitter and Instagram saying, "Hey, we have a fan here who's been desperately single for who knows how long. Do you want to apply for a date? Email us." So I think what they said, they got like 60 or 70.
It was 70. It was definitely 70.
It was like 70 in a day or something.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And then they narrowed it down to like 15 or so.
Yeah, they narrowed it down to about 13, 14. And then we had the dates, and that was a trip. It was something like I've never done anything like that before.
Well, yeah, I can't imagine. I imagine you're in like a 1 in a billion scenario on the planet.
Well, I was already pretty nervous, and then I get into the call with him, and I still don't know who I'm talking to.
Excuse me.
Or what exactly is going on. And then they're like, Andrew's, or one of the co-hosts, is like, all right, you ready to do this? And he's like, you're gonna have 5 minutes to talk to these girls. I didn't even know that until they added the first girl right at like.
Oh, you feel like that's something they would have talked to you about.
Yeah, so like.
Well, I think that's exactly why they didn't.
So I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm really shitting my pants at this point. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. What am I gonna say to these girls? Like, I had some ideas, just like fuck around, but you could tell like in the first couple of interviews on the video, I was like, I don't even know what to say or do or blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, I don't know. I'm not that type of. I'm not nervous, I guess, when I talk to girls at this point. I don't want to brag or anything, but I
just dated 14 of them yesterday. So.
Yeah, I had I was confident enough to walk up to a couple girls in Europe.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that was.
So, do you find it more intimidating to talk to someone online than in person?
Yeah, I find it way more intimidating. It's just it's a little weird for me. I mean, like when you're in person, you could use surroundings,
That's true.
like stuff like that. Like, you know, if you're I think for when you do online stuff, especially something like this, you might have to plan things.
Mhm.
And I'm just not like plan things to say, blah blah. And I just didn't do any of that. I'm like, hey, I'll plan some things to say. And then when I got in, I forgot about everything. But when when you're talking to someone in person, you could, if you ever forget what you're going to talk about, or your mind completely goes blank, you could always try to deflect and just move on to a different topic by seeing something from your surrounding, and it makes it pretty easy.
Yeah,
It
I
just gives
get
you
that.
enough time to think of something different. But like when you're online and you don't know what to say, you just get that dead air and you're just like, oh fuck, this is bad.
Yeah. I mean, over text, I guess dead air doesn't really exist. You can just be like, "Oh, I went away from my phone for a bit, haha." And
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, that's so healthy.
Yeah, texting. I just don't. Texting is weird, man. I
Hey,
just don't know. It just not. Sometimes it just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel genuine.
yeah,
And sometimes I feel like most things could just get passed off, or just you could completely just forget about the text. And I don't know. When you're having a face-to-face conversation, you're obviously engaged with that. But text,
that's
who
true.
knows? You could be texting someone and it takes like an hour for each reply, and you're
Yeah.
just like not into it anymore.
I totally get that. Like, I feel like texting also, it's so robotic. Whereas if you're in person, you can sort of add your own flair to how you say things, and it's a lot more personal in how you're interacting.
Exactly.
Like, if you say like hello over a text, it's like hello. But if you say hello in real life, it's like hello.
Yeah, you got body language. Body language is huge. I know. I get what you're saying, Riley. I get what you're saying. But no, like body language for me, it's a huge thing when you're talking to someone,
Yeah,
and you get a lot more from it.
yeah.
But
I will say we've eaten up about 40 minutes of the recording talking about dating. And Europe.
oh,
We did cover Europe as well. Honestly, well, that was also sort of dating. I guess that's sort of your persona, so that's fine. But it's like,
I'm so used to talking to it at this point. I don't know.
well, yeah. But I want to get into more Mateo. That's not just
All right.
the.
All right.
The,
What do you want to know?
The whore, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, something I wanted to touch on. For a long time, I called you Mateo, and
Oh.
I feel like you hated that.
No, I thought it was funny.
Okay.
Well, I hate it.
It's definitely unsettling to hear. It makes me shudder a little bit when I hear it, and honestly, I haven't even thought about that in so long. And now
In like what kind of way?
it's just like it gives me the shivers. Like I don't like it.
Like you'll stay up at night just going like, why did he call me Mateo again?
Yeah. Now I'm hearing it again, and I hate it as just as much as I did.
I mean, look, when I first saw your name, I had legitimately never heard the name before, and that was just how I read it and said it. Like it wasn't a bit to begin with, and then I just committed because I was too proud to admit I was wrong. So
what's your ethnic background, Mateo?
I'm half white, half Mexican. So
Okay,
it's Mateo.
Mateo.
Yeah.
Claro.
That's the way you should pronounce it, but everyone just says Mateo, and I say Mateo. Only my parents and my grandparents and my sister call me by that. So, but all my whitewashed friends just call me Mateo.
And how many of your friends aren't whitewashed?
They still call me Mateo. When I introduce myself, I go Mateo. I just don't.
Yeah, it's like no, I get that. I mean, I haven't personally experienced that, but I get it. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a place to put this Mexican flag on the paint, but I'm sort of running out of options.
You have to edit it so that instead of hair, Mateo just has like the Mexican flag.
I've put it underneath the bodybuilder. It's fine.
Oh. Okay.
Whatever. I assume you know that.
Yeah.
Like Mateo, there's like a thing going on.
Yeah. Ladies, he's a bodybuilder.
Well, I put the bodybuilder.
Or men.
Oh yeah. Would you ever date a boy?
Would I ever date a boy? I could. I would say no.
All right. Yeah. No. Sure. That's totally up to you.
No. It's weird to think. I don't know. With social media nowadays and the way it is, I think a lot of people feel like they should want to. I get that.
I get where you're coming from, because it's like there's definitely a lot more of a niche of society that is carved into it for gay and other such people.
Yeah, but I like. It's not that I have a problem with it. It's just like I think a lot more people are. It's becoming this weird thing where it's becoming a trend.
Yeah.
Right.
To say yes and blah blah blah, and I just hate to see things like that become a trend when I don't know.
It's like actually part of people's lives. It shouldn't be a trend.
Yeah, it's like you're demeaning or just like it just doesn't make sense to me.
It's like how I call myself Canadian when I'm not really that Canadian.
Yeah.
A little more severe than that, but yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to find a more cartoonish way of describing it. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I wouldn't date a boy, but I have kissed. I have kissed boys.
Yeah, I've done one boy. How many boys have you done?
Maybe like.
Okay, you're putting it. You're using a specific word for this, Riley.
I think like 4 or 5.
Okay.
So,
Mateo has done 4 or 5 boys.
No,
I'm saying that's not particularly straight.
Well, wait. What kind of kiss?
You wanna get into the details?
Yeah, but what kind of kiss? How many seconds? How much saliva was there involved?
Did you use tongue in there, or?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like,
no, it was
little spooch.
Yeah, just a couple pecks. That's all it was.
Just a little spooch.
Oh, peck. What? Oh, that's such a cute word. Little peck.
So there was no tongue at all.
No tongue. I think that's a little too much for me.
How drunk would you need to be?
How hot would they need to be?
Oh, that's another point. Yeah.
Yeah.
How hot? I'm thinking. Fuck. It's so. They would have to be like movie star hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, who would you consider a hot male movie star?
I said this before. I would easily do in a heartbeat Armie Hammer. The man is
Who's
something.
Armie Hammer?
Armie Hammer? You don't know who that is?
No,
It sounds like a porn star name.
It does.
It's like
I've never seen this.
Army.
Never seen this man in my life.
I have literally never seen him before.
But look at his face.
This sounds like an American thing. This man is not worldwide yet.
Armand Douglas Hammer is an American actor.
Okay, but look at him. Tell me he's not.
Oh, he did. Wait, he was in Call Me by Your Name.
Exactly.
Which I haven't seen.
Oh.
But you've heard of.
I have heard of.
Yeah, no, I've
1.96 meters. That is a sexy number.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I've never seen this man in my life before right now. I heard you mention it.
But what would you rate him? What would you rate him?
And the most recent post on his Twitter is, I've had a splinter lodged deep under my thumbnail for the last 2 weeks, and I finally got it out. And just that feels like 2020 feels like it turned a corner.
He could change all of 2020.
You reckon he could?
Armie Hammer just said he felt a shift and something could be happening.
A shift in the 2020 vibes. Oh, and the great grandson of oil tycoon Armand Hammer.
Not a fan of oil tycoons.
Yeah, that's blood money.
Yeah, but that means he has money though. Money is money. I'll take it.
So
I mean, if you, I don't know. That's a gay for pay. Like I don't.
Riley, what would you rate him? You keep.
No, I keep wanting to get to it, but I feel like you're not gonna enjoy my answer.
Are you serious?
7.
I was gonna say like a 6.
Like, I was gonna say like a 6, but no, it's definitely at least a 7.
Okay, what male?
But that's
like
that's an attractive person. But of like the foray of movie stars that you have, he is not top tier.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
You know who? Okay, the first time I was like, you know what? I think I'm bi is when I saw Anthony from Queer Eye.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That boy, like I would like. He's not a movie star, sure, but I find him definitely more attractive than the average boy. Do you have you seen Queer Eye, Mateo?
I've heard of it, and honestly, I know it's a couple of guys fixing up straight men. Is that what it is?
Yeah, for the most part. They also do some women, I think.
Oh,
It used to be Queer Eye for the straight guy, but
Yeah.
now it's just Queer Eye. So they also do gay people and trans people and lesbians.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never.
And women.
watched.
You know what? That should be your next Netflix binge. You've been saying you've run out of things. Why don't you just knock that out? I feel like it could do you some good.
I feel like maybe it could. Maybe it could. I haven't. Yeah, I really haven't watched anything new on Netflix. I just keep going over the same couple things.
Yeah. What did you said on the episode? You've seen The Office 7 times.
Okay, that was a joke. It was just to exaggerate. But
Yeah.
It's only 5.
It's only like 3 or 4 times, not 7. Not that crazy.
Yeah, I actually loved that because I'm pretty sure Andrew's not like a huge fan of it because you could see his reaction. that was quite...
Tiger King got me through March.
Tiger King did. Actually, I didn't watch it till April, but
Tiger King got me through a single day.
That's true. It is very short.
That is true. I like
you start watching it. It just
it just keeps getting crazier.
It just keeps getting crazier.
Like, when am I supposed to sleep?
I heard a description about Tiger King like on another podcast. What was it? Fuck. Oh yeah, they said it's like they got a full season of a show, like 20 something episodes, and they just condensed down all the exciting bits into like, 5 episodes or however long Tiger King is. You know what am I making sense? I don't know. Basically, there's no down moments. It's like there's always some shit going on.
Yeah. When he doesn't, quote unquote, spoiler alert, when he doesn't like set fire for like all like all the videos and everything.
I think that that's obviously not the worst thing he did, but I feel like, man, that was... Imagine being the guy that like filmed forever just to get all your shit destroyed. Totally uncool.
That's a crazy show. I mean, one show you're talking about how this man could be murdering his own tigers, and then the fucking next 20 minutes or the next episode, his husband kills himself on accident.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
God, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The campaign manager is my absolute favorite person from the show. He's just this normal ass guy.
He's like, I wanted to work in politics.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this sounds like a great opportunity to like get a start. Oh my!
He did not know what he was getting himself into.
He did not, in fact.
You're right. He was just a guy. There was like
he's just a dude. And then there's that one scene that we can't talk about.
I mean, it's been out for like...
I mean, we all no. I'm just saying that's heavy stuff.
Oh, yes,
when you see the scene and you see his reaction from the footage, it's
yeah, poor guy just was looking for something to do and to get a start, and he has to go through all this shit, and now he's probably all fucked up from it.
Yeah, it's. I would not want to be that man. Like, I mean, I don't think anyone really would be.
Yeah.
Would want to be. I mean.
Yeah.
Except for some like fame-hungry creep that would be like, I got to be on Tiger King, but I can't imagine any sane person would want to be on it. Mateo.
Yes.
On another topic, I wanted to bring up the group chat, like the 15 of us. Fuck you down. You know.
Yeah. What about it?
I don't know. It's just.
Oh, you saw it talking about?
Just we've had guests from that chat before, and we've never really touched on it. And I just wanted to get your opinion on it, because you're a bit of an enigma there. Like, you'll just come on like once a week and say the word pain, and then not.
No, I was really involved in that group chat when it first started, because I mean, it's full of Americans, and it was just like a nice,
but
it was just a nice outlet to have other people to talk to, because even though our time zones were completely different, and the only time you guys would start talking is at like 2 a.m. my time. Usually I was up anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, it was nice to have someone to talk to, or people to talk to when you know, my friends there in Europe were sleeping, or I was alone, like, or I often stayed up to watch American sports. So I was up till like 2, 4 in the morning, and you guys are up and talking.
That is something I'm surprised we didn't touch on. You're like a huge sport guy.
Yeah.
We touched on it briefly.
Did we?
Yeah, it was the pretext to you gained weight. You were like, I used to be super into sport.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess just growing up, I grew up in a sports household. I mean, I was on rollerblades at the age of 3. As soon as I learned to walk, my parents put me on rollerblades, and I was playing hockey for a while.
Oh yeah, hockey's like your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my thing. To watch now, I stopped playing for quite some time ago, but yeah, all through till I graduated high school, I did competitive stuff, whether it was hockey, football, track, basketball, baseball. So I played all those sports no matter what season. It was just a year-round thing. It was a different season. It was either baseball season, then I would go to football season, basketball. So I grew up playing a lot. I was lucky enough to be a little talented. I got some scholarships coming out of high school to play football for some schools, but I turned it down because I was more focused on the education part, and I just wanted to get through it.
Right.
I didn't want to be. It becomes more of a job when you're in college, and it's not as
you
fun.
wanted it to be a hobby, not like your lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, I loved playing sports, but I didn't want to get to the point where I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm good. I'll just keep it a hobby. So, but
are there any sports you fucking despise?
No, I don't think I have a problem with anything.
Really? Okay. What about like people that take Quidditch like super seriously and like super hardcore?
Some people might find them like nerds and shit. It's a little whack, but I bet if you're a Harry Potter fan and you played it a little bit and people took it seriously, I think I would love it.
Yeah,
because I'm a big Harry Potter fan.
In hindsight, in hindsight, I regret using that as an example because Quidditch is pretty badass. But
you know what? My bad. Quidditch dope as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's like, man, get hit with the ball. I just don't understand how like the snitch would work, because that's like magic, right?
I think they just hide it somewhere. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it.
It's just random bystanders just yeeting it
Yeah,
over and over again.
that would actually be pretty funny. Just like a little golf ball that like people on the either side of the like arena or whatever are just tossing. That'd be pretty funny.
That'd be cool. I think it's I guess that was probably one of the worst examples you could use because I love I love Harry Potter, so I think I would be into it.
I'm very Harry Potter oriented too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really hate any sports. I think just being active, like in my opinion, I just like being active, so I'll play whatever.
How about golf?
Golf? Okay, all right. You hear me out. Golf sucks when you watch it.
Yeah, done. Wrap it up, boys. That's it.
When you watch it, golf is probably the most boring thing. I don't know who would enjoy watching golf, but when you play it, it could get frustrating. All right.
It sounded like you're about to make a case for it. Like hear me out. Golf sucks to watch, right? But when you play it, it's frustrating.
But a lot of people aren't good at it, and I think that's what makes it fun. Like if I had friends that, went and played golf every week, and they invited me to play just to shit on me and make fun of me, I would hate it. But
yeah,
I know my friends suck, and I suck, so we'll just go have fun. It's like I'm drinking.
But that's more of like it's more of like a pastime than like an activity.
Yeah, it's more of a leisure thing.
It's like going bowling.
Yeah, exactly. There's this great attraction that we have in the States. It's called Topgolf, and it's a driving range.
Oh, it's the driving range. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like a hangout spot. They play music. You have drinks. They have food, and it's like 3 levels of these driving ranges, and they have targets out there that you could hit. Right. And it's a total relaxed and chilled place that me and my friends went there all the time because as a college student, they get it's like $15 for like 3 hours when the hour should be like $45. So we get a pretty good deal.
This is interesting looking up Topgolf because like. I've always seen like driving ranges. Oh my god, my throat is all like fucky now. Can you hear that? So, like I've always seen that in like movies, like people hanging out like a driving range. I'm like, this is such a weird location, but you're telling me it's like a big thing in America that I've never really realized that.
It's been around for a little bit now, but like they built one pretty close to my house, so it's just always, filled with people. Even so, they opened back up even with this Corona stuff on, and it's still always full. Crazy,
man. What is with America? Fuck, like I swear every time we get an American on, it's like what the fuck's up with that country? Why are you always premature?
I don't know. I just, when I get the chance, I'm out of here. Gonna lie.
Yeah, where are you gonna go?
I'm looking into Switzerland or the Scandinavia area because
so back to Europe.
Yeah, basically. But my reasoning is I'm gonna graduate college with a sports management degree, which is just a fancy word, fancy way to say business with the emphasis in sports.
Yeah.
So, and if I really had the choice, I want to work with hockey because that's my sport. And hockey is huge in Scandinavia because in like Finland and Sweden, and that's the main reason why I picked Finland to go study abroad because I was able to take a class where we played hockey the whole time. And right next to our apartments, this lake froze over, so we would just go grab skates and skate around or play for a while.
So you're more into ice hockey than field hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I did field hockey for a bit in primary school, but anyway, I've never done ice hockey because I know I'm overweight and my feet would break. Oh, I've just got a message from a mutual friend of ours. Mateo.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney just messaged me because I asked her last night. I was like, "Hey, give me a question for Mateo because that'll be funny." And she's just made the cutoff before the episode finished. So, she says, "Ask him how it feels to be used for clout."
Yeah, I don't know that when she. So I think she's referring to the girl that showed up in the episode that was just there for the
right.
boys.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna lie, that kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I'm there looking for love, and she shows up with her name as Ava Michon, and her background is podcast for outside. You know,
I thought it would have been outstandingly hilarious though if she got through to the next round. Like,
I was thinking about it. I'm like, do I just pick her just to fuck around with people? But no, it was pretty funny. I I just didn't know what to say. Like, I did not plan for that. So like, I'm just looking at them the whole time. Like, can we get her out of here? But
can we get her out of here? Yeah, the arms at the beginning. I'll send the video to you, Togs, and you have a watch. It's pretty great.
Yeehaw.
Like, I mean, it's like an hour, so do it when you have time. No rush, but.
Oh yeah, okay, fine.
I was gonna send it to you before we did this, but it's like you were working and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so we're at an hour. We're at a little over an hour. Mateo.
Wow.
Do you know how we generally end these things?
yeah, I get one thing to say, right?
He's the first one.
Yeah, he's the first one to get it.
The first one. We didn't have to explain it.
I'm such a good person. I know what I'm doing. I do some studying.
So take it away, Mateo.
I didn't plan what I was gonna say.